we're going to begin with Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo, and this is to intentionally very much focus today on being able to tap into all that we are as beings who have divine teachers guiding us within us, and being able to have a strong and clear connection to that divine teacher so that we can feel real inspiration to be able to accomplish whatever it is that we need to accomplish, to receive the highest guidance and energy possible. So at this time, we'll begin sitting tall, closing eyes, and resting the hands on the knees, palms up, relaxing the face, watching the breath. Deepening the breath. And bring hands together. I bow to the Creator. I bow to the divine teacher within. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. We'll bow, and then let's begin our practice seated right on the knees and on the heels. So once you're there, we'll have the hands to the knees, and here we're going to focus on deep breaths. So the arms are extended. I'll take the shoulders a couple times, circle them, see if they're a little stiff, loosen them up, rotate the other way. And then keep the shoulders back and down as you have hands to knees. And again, sitting on the heels. And notice if the heels go outwards. So my heels go outwards. I'm just going to see if I bring the heels towards each other, how that's going to feel. And see if I can maintain that. Now in this practice, often we're breathing in and out through the nose without a constriction in the throat, which we usually breathe in our other practices, that's Ujjayi Pranayama. So here you can breathe that way, and I like to breathe that way because it helps me control and maintain the breath. And then when I'm moving in the kind of one inhale to a movement, one exhale to a movement, and it's a little bit more rapid in this Kundalini practice, then I drop that constriction. And the breath has more force, and again, it lasts for less time. So let's breathe in whatever way works for you for about just another 30 seconds or so. At this time, we will be working with the movement of the spine, the activity and inactivity of the belly. So in the next inhale, take the shoulders back, lift the head, keep the hands where they are, the arms fairly straight. And then on the exhale, start to round the back, pulling the belly in, lots of activity there. Drop the chin to the chest. Now we're going to continue this, but quicker, more forceful breaths, dropping Ujjayi breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue. I'm still going. One more exhale, and then inhale. Straight spine. A few slow breaths. Being with all the sensations in the body. So we practice different breathing practices and movements, we can come into an even more subtle experience of the body. So paying attention, very close attention to that. At this time we're going to come to seated on the bottom and have the legs extended forward. And let's work with the ankles a little bit. So with the way that we were seated, the ankles might be ready to move a little bit and open. So we're just going to flex and point the feet a few times. You can use the support of the hands behind, fingers forward or fingers back, and hands maybe a little further back, whatever feels right to you. And we're going to be coming into a seated fold in a moment. And when you're there, if you find that you need to elevate the hips, or if you already know that elevating the hips is going to be helpful for you, then go ahead and do so. And that's particularly helpful for people who have lots of tightness in the back of the legs. Separate the feet a little bit and begin to circle the ankles. Remembering that circulation of the body is really what promotes life and life force flowing through the body. And you can simplify this knowledge by just saying, well, what happens when people are bedridden for long periods of time? Parts of their body become unusable. The skin starts to have qualities to it that start to look lifeless. So, you know, parts of the body become blue, and really just, it's that simple. It's circulating. So creating this movement, circulating, and letting the feet be a part of the body. We're going to bring the feet together now and let the toes come inwards like they're looking for the knees. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, grasp the big toes with the peace fingers. Now I can sense I'm very tight right now, so I might bend the knees and kind of ease up a little bit. So you might do the same. And then from here, we're just going to, still grasping the toes, let go. And it's okay, rounding the back right now is fine. See if we can find deep breaths here. Now we're going to be here a little longer, but first we'll create movement and then we'll return to this. So just notice how this feels. Notice what you're feeling in the back of the legs, in the feet, in the neck, in the shoulders, the arms. Now the next inhale, lift the head, and then exhale, lower the chest and the head. Inhale, lift the head and chest. Exhale, lower. Continue this. Inhaling, exhaling. And remember, as you keep going, if it ever gets really uncomfortable, if you get really nauseous, if something doesn't feel right, or if you know you're already coming into this with blood pressure issues, then just stay in a slow, deep breath, which you can still create movement with. Couple more, and then we're going to come back into the fold where we'll just release in, still holding the big toes, noticing if there's any changes here. About 3 more deep breaths. And we'll start to inhale, rise. Let's come into a reverse table. Plant the hands, fingers face forward. Plant the feet, bending the knees. Next inhale, lift the hips up. Squeeze the glutes, very active. Now when we tend to sit, the glutes, like sitting for long periods of time in the chair as we're doing our work, or being entertained, whatever it is, the glutes become weaker, and they're very important to protect the back, so that we can use them as the powerhouses for lifting heavy objects and things like that, as opposed to straining the back muscles. So be with this for a few deep breaths, focusing on the glutes. Lifting the hips as high as you can. And then we'll exhale, lower the hips, bring the soles of the feet together. Bring the hands to the knees, fold into the feet. And inhale, begin to unroll the spine, lift the head, and we're just going to bounce the knees a few times up and down. Just kind of relaxing, letting this motion relax the hamstrings, the hips. And then release and fold over the legs once again. We're going to take the hands to the insides of the legs and create some resistance here to open up the hamstrings a little bit more so we can get some circulation. And so the back of the legs today is a good focus. It's so important to get circulation in the back of the legs. And then when we have that free-flowing motion, we don't have issues like swelling or any blockages in the arteries. We want to keep things moving and circulating. So push the legs into the elbows and the elbows back into the legs, and then release. So on the inhale, create that resistance. On the exhale, release the legs and then push them down further. Inhale, push into each other. Exhale, release. Inhale, push in. Exhale, release. Now keep pushing the legs down and maybe hold the feet and open the feet so that the soles of the feet are skyward. Couple more deep breaths. Now you might let the legs go and take the arms forward. And find some extension in the arms and the back. And begin to rise. Let's find a reverse table once more. Plant the feet, plant the hands, fingers face forward. Inhale, lift the hips. 3 deep breaths. And the next exhale, lower the hips. Come all the way down to the back. You can keep the feet where they are, but then bring the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Draw the left leg in. So we're coming into reclining pigeon posture, or thread the needle. So, you know, it's got a couple names at least. And we're just going to draw this left leg in and take 4 deep breaths. Flexing the right foot. And then releasing the left foot, bringing right foot down, switching left ankle to right thigh. Lift the right leg, hold it with the hands. Flex the left foot. Now we're going to take a big transition to a forward fold, standing at the top of the mat. So go ahead and release this leg, and we're going to roll forward and back. Now you might be holding the shins or the ankles. The hard part is keeping the feet close in as you are rolling. So do your best to just roll a few times till you can get the momentum to plant the feet, bring the hands or fists down, and then roll over the legs. We'll start with bent legs maybe, if you need. You could use blocks if needed. Let's bring the hands down, palms down, maybe straight legs. Again, depends on what you're working with in the body, depends on what sorts of props you're working with. And we'll be finding some deep breaths here. Okay. Now on the next inhale, we're going to rise up to standing. And the way we can do that is we can take the arms back, find our way halfway up so the back is flat, and then come all the way up, reach the arms up, engage the glutes, and then take the arms back into a nice back bend here. On the next exhalation, fold forward. You could take arms out to the sides and then release down. Plant the palms. Inhale, come all the way up. Back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, and then keep going at your pace. Now you can do this with the arms as we're doing out to the sides, or you can use the arms so that they go forward, like a halfway up and then rise, and then come right back into a back bend, and then fold. Another option is to unroll the spine. Head is the last to rise, and then you just kind of develop the arms, take them back. So kind of play around with this. Couple more. And then we will be meeting in standing. With the palms together, thumbs to the heart center. So from here, let's do similarly movement with the breath, but in side bends. So you'll inhale, reach the arms up. Feet are hips distance apart. On the exhale, bend to the right. You can keep the arms up like this, or you might drop the right arm. And then inhale, find center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. And again, there's many variations. You might be taking fingers and holding the opposite wrist, pulling that wrist up and over to the side, or dropping the arm. You might experiment a little with this and go into those little bit more forceful breaths and quicker movement. A few more. And then we'll be meeting in center. Take the palms together, thumbs to the heart center, release the arms. Now we're going to separate the feet a little bit, less than the distance of the mat. And we're just going to swing a little bit here. So swing to the left, swing to the right. And you can inhale and exhale to the right. Inhale to left, exhale right. Inhale. Get movement in the neck, so turning the head all the way to the direction you're moving in. Now we're going to be finding center and then going the other way. So on the inhale, go to the right. On the exhale, left. The arms are just swinging along. A few more. And then finding center, finding deep breaths here. And getting still, closing the eyes, being with the body and all the sensations. We'll have the feet hips distance apart. Take the palms together and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Bring the heel down. Sinking into the right knee, lunging there. Leaving that heel pressing down and the back leg straight. Now start to pull the pelvis in and activate the left glute. We're going to take the hands forward. You can have the palms together, the arms straight. A couple more deep breaths like this. But now we're going to stay in this lunge and we're going to turn this into, this is archer. So as if you are now holding a bow, you'll start to take the left hand inwards towards the chest, and then like you're pulling the, well, I guess it would be the other way. It's still called archer. We're going to pull this left hand in. So I suppose it's like you're holding the bow, and you're taking this string really back, ready to let it go, right? But we're just essentially turning the whole body into the bow. So just be here with this, the whole body feeling like it itself is the bow. And feeling in this left arm a nice stretch in the front of the shoulder and in the chest. Now if you want, you can curl the front fingers. Sink into the right knee. Maybe a little bit more deeply. Give yourself some sense of challenge. Maybe close the eyes and be in this. We're here for a little bit. Maybe increase the stance. We're still here. This is being held for a few minutes. Another deep breath. Okay, we can reverse out of this. Bring the hands forward. You can bring the palms together towards the heart center and then step the left foot up. And we're going to go right into the other side. So step the right foot to the back of the mat. Plant the heel. Feel that right glute active. Keep pressing the heel down. Keep the trunk upright. So rather than leaning forward, it's going to take away what we could be accomplishing in the back body, finding some strength there. Now we're going to take the hands forward. Just feel the straight arms for a moment. And then we'll become the archer. So we'll start to bring the fingers and right thumb together and begin to pull the right arm in, taking the elbow back. Finding a deeper lunge as we're here, maybe curling the left fingers. Regulating the breath. Maybe increasing the challenge by closing the eyes. A few more breaths. And we'll bring the hands together again, draw them in towards the chest, step up to the top of the mat. So now in that position, holding it for a long time, we might have kind of accidentally, without our awareness, created tension elsewhere in the body. So maybe check in with the head, find some circles there. And then we'll step the feet apart to the, so the left foot is to the back of the mat. Standing up nice and tall in the spine, but keeping the legs open. Take the arms to a T and feel the straightness of the arms. Feel the chest opening, so you take the arms back a little bit. We're going to windmill today, so a nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, take an arm closer to the opposite leg as you lower the trunk and lift the other arm. Inhale, rise to center. Exhale, other side. Keep going. Allow a sense of loosening up as you're going through this, a sense of kind of letting go as you lower the trunk and the arm, a sense of real inspiration on the lift up. Remember, you can control the pace. Keep going, focusing on inspiration from the divine teacher within. Few more. And then inhaling, rising, taking the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Exhale, release the arms. And we're going to come to seated. So you can heel toe the feet a little closer together, hands down, bring the knees down, and then take a left leg forward, a left leg, more like the left leg, right foot to the thigh. We're going to go a little over time if you're here live, just because there was a late start. So we're going to flex the left foot, right foot to the inside of the left leg. This is called life nerve stretch. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, holding the leg or the foot. On the inhale, lift. On the exhale, lower. Inhaling, exhale. And then we'll take a big breath in and exhale, lower, and a few deep breaths. And inhale, rise. Switch legs. Flexing right foot, left foot to thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Holding something on that right leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the elbows to lower, let the head go. Continue. These are complete yogic breaths that we're taking. So don't cut them off. They might be a little quicker, but full. Couple more. And then folding, 4 deep breaths. And let's rise. We're going to come down to the back. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock a little side to side. Let's go ahead and take the arms to a T. Fold the knees to the right. Turn the head to the left. Relax the back. Settle down the left shoulder blade to help the back twist. Bring the knees to center, take them over to the left, turn the head to the right, work the right shoulder blade down. And bring the knees back to center. Let's take a bridge posture. Set the feet down. Walk the shoulders back towards each other. And then lift the hips up. Interlace the fingers underneath and press the arms down. Straight arms. Glutes are very much active and working here to lift the body up. Knees are working towards each other. You could pull up on the pelvic floor as well and get this a little more effectiveness, working with the internal muscles. And exhale, lower. We're going to rise back up and extend the legs forward so that we can see our progress. Take the arms up, exhale, fold, grasp the big toes with the peace fingers. And notice how this feels compared to when we took it earlier. There must have been some change, whether it's little or very, very big difference. Be with it, and then fold here. Maybe let the head go a little bit more. Focusing equally on the inhalation and exhalation. People tend, I notice, to focus a little bit more on the exhalation than the inhalation, but the exhalation will be much more effective if the inhalation is full. Couple more deep breaths. And then we'll be inhaling, rising up. Let's find a twist. Right foot plants, right hand behind. Hook the left elbow outside the right knee, get tall, and then turn to the right. Turn the head a few times left and right. Make sure not to lean into the right arm. Inhale, come to center. Switch sides. Move the head side to side a couple times. And then turn the head away from the legs. Inhale, come to center. So let's sit up nice and tall, ankles crossed, or foot in front of shin, and just walk the hands back. Squeeze the shoulders back. Come to a neutral spine. Hands can come to the knees. Roll the shoulders a few times. Take the shoulders back and down. Drop the chin to the chest. So as we are coming to the end of our practice, we're going to bring in the sounds internally. Sat, Nam. Sat is truth, Nam is identity. The truth is our identity. Truth is your identity. Truth is my identity. So just listening internally to these sounds so that Sat fills up on the inhalation and Nam fills up the exhalation. So sounding internally something like this. Sat Nam. And then just continuing internally hearing these sounds. And as you continue, begin to circle the head, still listening. Sat Nam. Once the chin finds the chest, circle the other way. Once you've taken an even amount of circles, more or less, then lift the head and let's take a side bend over to one side. Finding center and over to the other. Find center. Twist. Before we twist, switch the order of the ankles for a moment. And then twist to one side. Doesn't matter which. Hand to opposite knee. Over to the other side. Bring the trunk back to center. Now cross one hand to opposite knee, and then keeping chest forward, take the other hand to the other knee so that the arms are now crossed, holding the knees. And you might lower the head here, folding and breathing deeply. Bring the trunk back up, head to center, open the arms out. Now you're going to cross in the opposite order so that one arm was on top of the other. Now that will be reversed. Same posture, and then breathing here. And releasing, taking the arms out. Take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back. Look upwards. Release. Our final posture before we lie down. We're going to come into what we started with today. So first, let's come into a child's posture. Sit. Have the hips come down to the heels, lower the trunk. The knees can be open or closed. And then rise up, seated on the heels, hands to the knees. Inhale, shoulders head back. Exhale, shoulders head forward. Inhale, exhale. See if you can do this in a little bit more of a looser way than before. Couple more. And releasing. Come all the way down to the back. Right from here, right ankle to left thigh. Once again, reclining pigeon posture. Draw the left leg in, flex the right foot. Maybe move the head side to side. And release this leg, switch legs. Now we're going to be resting. So release the leg. See if there's anything else you'd like to do before you rest. Otherwise, begin to let the body go. Release the arms, the legs. Once you have released the body, release the face. Let the breath be natural here, so there's no need to control it. And sinking into every exhalation. Sinking into every exhalation. And just allowing ourselves to be in the arms of the divine teacher within. begin to notice the breath again. Let the breath get deeper. Feeling a sense of rejuvenation, a sense of the life force moving through the body now a little bit better than before. And circling the hands, the feet, the arms behind. Just finding some movement, some motion. Finding your way up to seated. We'll seal our practice with Sat Nam. We'll chant this 3 times together. Truth is our identity. And this means we're also honoring that within each other. That same light that is in you is the light that is within me. We bow to this together. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for practicing with me now in the present or in the future, which is now.